The Argonaut drifted deeper into Sector 427, cutting through the dense blackness of space. The wreckage of ships, old and decayed, began to appear one by one, rising from the shadows like forgotten ghosts. Each vessel told a story of ruin, of battles fought long before his time. Federation ships, Republic warships, all scattered like discarded toys. Ships from countless eras, from factions that no longer existed, now reduced to twisted husks drifting in the void. Captain, the comm officer's voice broke through, a touch of unease in his tone. There's more wreckage up ahead. Large clusters of debris. Some of these ships don't even have recognizable markings. Novian didn't respond right away. His mind was racing as he observed the haunting spectacle before him. He zoomed in on the nearest wreck. The Federation ship, once a symbol of power, now appeared like a skeletal relic of a forgotten age. Its hull was corroded and torn open in places, as if something had clawed through it. The empty, shattered windows told a grim story. There had been no escape. A series of other ships drifted into view. Republic designs from millennia ago, their sleek frames now twisted into grotesque shapes. Some appeared intact, but others were torn apart as though struck by some violent, unimaginable force. They had all once been part of a great fleet, now lost to time and destruction. "Look at this," Novian muttered, voice tight. He motioned for the sensor officer to zoom in on a particularly large wreck. As the image sharpened on the screen, the remains of the ship became more and more unsettling. The vessel had been partially intact, but something had shattered it from the inside out, leaving pieces of shattered metal floating aimlessly. And then, there was the unmistakable presence of bodies. Floating among the wreckage, the dead bodies of crew members drifted in silent, frozen agony. The faces were twisted in terror, their bodies stiff and contorted. Their clothing, some Federation, some Republic, fluttered in the zero gravity as if time itself had slowed. But one thing stood out among the horror: alien corpses. Novian's breath caught in his throat as his eyes locked onto one particular body. It was a black, sleek figure, its elongated limbs twisted in ways no human body could have been. The skin was pitch black, glistening in the faint light from the Argonaut's engines, and its features were almost smooth, inhuman. It didn't look like any species he had ever encountered, more like something born from the deepest nightmares of the universe. The creature's body had been torn in half, but its stillness, its perfect silence in the cold of space, was unsettling. It felt wrong, like it didn't belong here, like it was waiting. "Captain," the sensor officer's voice cut through the tension. "There are more bodies. And there's something else. The asteroid at the center of this wreckage, it's emitting strange pulses of energy. They're irregular, but they seem to grow stronger as we approach." Novian's eyes never left the screen, focusing on the dark asteroid at the center of it all. It was large, its surface marred with deep cracks that seemed to pulse with an eerie glow, as if something inside it was alive. The surrounding wreckage formed a ring around it, a graveyard of ships and lives lost to whatever had happened here. "Increase power to shields," Novian ordered, his voice steady but with an edge of concern. "Set a course around the wreckage. Let's not get too close to that asteroid just yet." As the Argonaut slowly maneuvered around the scattered debris, Novian couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The silence of space was deafening, but there was an unshakable tension in the air, a presence that made his skin crawl. "Captain," the comm officer spoke again, this time in a strained voice. "We're picking up something. It's faint, but it's definitely there. A low-frequency signal, almost like a hum. It's coming from the asteroid." The hairs on the back of Novian's neck stood up. "A signal? From the asteroid?" "Plot a course directly to it," he commanded, voice resolute. "And make sure we have full readiness for anything. Weapons on standby." The ship continued its steady approach, moving closer to the asteroid in its pulsating glow. As they neared the center of the wreckage, the hum grew louder, vibrating through the hull of the Argonaut. The signal was faint, yet somehow deliberate, as if it was calling to them. "Captain," the sensor officer said, his voice tight with anxiety, "the energy readings from the asteroid. They're spiking. It's like it's reacting to us. Whatever's inside, it knows we're here. Novian felt a chill race down his spine. The wreckage, the alien bodies, the pulsing asteroid, everything pointed to one inescapable truth. This wasn't just an ancient battlefield. This was a tomb, one that had been sealed away for a reason. And now they had disturbed something that had been lying dormant for centuries, maybe millennia. The Argonaut was close now, so close that Novian could feel the hum in his bones, an unnatural vibration that made his pulse quicken. His mind raced. What had happened here? Who had fought this battle? And why had the Federation hidden this sector away? He didn't have the answers yet, but one thing was clear. The deeper they went, the more dangerous it became. Whatever force was inside that asteroid, whatever had caused this catastrophe, was far from finished. "Get ready for anything," Novian said, his voice now tinged with urgency. "We're about to uncover a truth that no one was meant to know." The Argonaut hovered at the edge of the wreckage, the asteroid before them pulsing ominously, as though it had just awakened from a long slumber. And Novian knew with certainty that the true horror was only beginning.